Hello, my Bobritas, and welcome back to Criminal Bobber. Today we shall discuss the most disturbing case the human history has ever seen. And today my guests are Ulykbek, comedian, and Nurbanu, the TikTok blogger. So guys, how are you today?
Good, actually.
Have you prepared your cases?
Yeah, my case is actually called Otaku Murderer case, and I think it's gonna be really interesting because it has like lots of details. It's really like scary just talking about it. So guys, watch till the end.
And what's yours?
I have prepared very mysterious, also violent kind of case by doing some research yesterday. Yes, it was kind of interesting because I've read a lot of, and to choose the one that was the most interesting was kind of hard. But I prepared, so you should definitely see it until the end. Don't miss out.
What about you? What have you prepared today?
Yeah, my case is also a very gruesome case that's very heartbreaking. It's some of the most violent cases I have ever seen in my life. So yes, let's get started. So let's start with the Hello Kitty case. Is this name familiar to some of you?
No. I've
No.
never heard of case
Never
called
heard.
Hello Kitty.
The name is actually very weird.
Yeah.
So born in 1976 in Shenzhen in China, the Fan Man Yi was a very troubled child. So her parents decided to abandon her, and she ended up in an all-girls orphanage in Matawai. After that,
Her parents left her in orphanage?
yes, because she was a troubled child, so she was forced to live there. And at the time she was living in the orphanage, nobody would ever adopt her. And when the age limit set on taking care of young girls was already here, so she was 15 years old, and the workers of the orphanage literally kicked out this girl from the orphanage, and she was forced to live on the streets alone at the age of 15. And she experienced the worst types of things she had ever seen. Living her life, she get addicted to some drugs, and because of these drugs,
She was 15.
she was 15 years at that time. She get addicted to some drugs, and she did really heavily rely on them. So she got into a very weird groups on the people. After that, she just worked as a hostess at a nightclub, and then at this nightclub she got really close with one man called Chan Man Lok. He was 34 years old, and he also had a crew with his crew names that Liu Xingqiu and Leong Wei Lun. But Chan wasn't just a pimp, he was a straight-up gangster, being a part of Washing Wo Triad, a very long-standing gang in Hong Kong. But despite the frequent business, money was still tight, and Fan was hanging with these gangsters who were throwing money like no tomorrow. And she started to become really used to that, and she just wanted more and more money. But then the next thing she would do would just change her life entirely. And so, that Fan Man Yi, she was hanging out with that gangsters, and of course, she was feeling a shortage of money. That's why she stole 4,000 Hong Kong dollars from that Chan Man Lok.
$4,000?
Yes, that's about...
drugs?
No, just to raise her child. Yes, and that's about $500 USD. Do you know what happened after that? Have any guesses?
Maybe they just killed her? Oh no, they kidnapped her child and did something to him.
Yeah, they're probably, the most usual cases. What may happen after kidnapping a man by bandits? So.
Yeah, and they literally just asked her to get the money, pay the money back that she owned. But on top of that, they asked her to pay an interest, like 10,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Oh my god.
She couldn't return all the money, and the Chan man was very impatient. So they, with his crew, abducted her and brought her to another apartment.
With her child or just
Her alone.
Oh my god. I think that Hello Kitty is like something that is connected to her child. No.
You have a very right guess.
Why does it call Hello Kitty?
So after they brought her into that abandoned house, you know, she was really heavily tortured. So first of all, they wrapped her neck with a metal wire, and she was strangled to death until she could breathe.
Oh my god.
She beat her to death, and on the open wounds she had, to make the pain even worse, they would just put a chili powder on it to make even feel more painful. And you know, she was very. She couldn't even make a noise because they were silencing her screams with a dirty rag. And after a long while, about a month later, she died. Some of them think that she killed. About a month, I think. Yeah.
They were. Oh my god.
So she got a pill. It's not really official, but she got a pill, and she killed herself, made a suicide. But the gangsters should have been watching her not to kill herself. So that's why how she died. And then this crew decided to get rid of the body, and you know, they boiled each part in a pot because to remove the evidence. And because the bones couldn't be vanished, you know, they took her skull. And you know, how is it related to Hello Kitty cat?
Oh my god. I really hope that it's not what I'm thinking about.
So this room was full of Hello Kitty mermaid dolls. They ripped the Hello Kitty mermaid doll heads, stuffed her skull into the toy, and heavily sew the head right back onto that toy. Yes. And you know, her daughter, she was living with that toy in one house, and she was, you know, she couldn't even report to the police because she was afraid of the Chan man. But after a long night, she started feeling some paranormal. Her daughter.
Daughter?
Yes.
She lived with this toy?
Yes. She didn't know that the head was stuffed in that thing.
Oh my god.
Yes.
So the head of the Hello Kitty and
her skull.
Her skull
Fun
was
monkey, yes.
in the Hello Kitty
mermaid
head.
Yeah.
And then it. Oh my god!
Who gave this
I
Hello
got it.
Kitty toy to her daughter? Like Chanman?
Yes, she was living with the Chan man.
Her daughter was living with Chanman?
Yes, you know, she didn't have any other choice.
Oh my god.
At the end, she couldn't endure it anymore, so she decided to report it to police. After she started feeling some paranormal activities, because at night she started feeling that some ghost with a metal wire wrapped around her neck was haunting her, it was her ghost. And she reported it to the police, but the police said, "Oh, it's just some descriptive child, some imagination." But she said that all of this, she was witnessing the evidence. So she said, "If you can protect me, if you give me the protection, then I would show you how it looks like."
Oh my god.
And the worst thing that this crew, after police reporting, they were only sentenced for 10 years.
You're joking.
Yes.
10 years?
And then they got free up. Yes, that's how.
I don't think that I can sleep tonight. Oh my god.
No.
It's,
And there is no the continue. What happened to the girl? Or
well, there is no information what happened to the girl, but this crew got caught again, and they were sentenced to prison again because of another humiliation of 10-year-old girl. Yes. So
Too shocked to
that's
say something.
yes.
So, my case is not that violent as yours. So, this case, the story takes its start in Japan in late 1980s in Tokyo. Parents of Marikono, she was 4-year-old girl, so they got a box with some powder and with a letter. There were just 5 words. I forgot what words it was. So they got a powder, and after that it turned out that it was the ash of the girl who disappeared. Like a murderer sent his victim's ash, like Marikono's ash, to her parents. And it was like start of this like disturbing story. So to talk about the murder, his name was Tsutomu Miyazaki. He was 35-year-old man. Also, before that, I told that this case is called Otaku Murderer, and Otaku in Japanese means person who is really obsessed with anime, like mangas,
yes.
and etc. And no, I don't know what to say. Like, for our happiness, there were only 4 victims, but they were like really young, only 4 to 7 years old. They were only 4 victims, and the first was this Marikono. I would tell only overall what he did to his victims. He sexually abused them, first of all, but he was not that like torturing them as your victim. He killed them, and he did this thing again with their body.
He had many children in his.
No, only 4.
only 4.
4, yeah.
Only 4. Only
And
4.
how is it related to anime?
Like he was doing his fantasies to these girls because like he was really obsessed with those anime girls, and the most disturbing part is that he cut their hands and eat them. Like he was wondering how people's finger taste. And do you want to know how he get cut? Like one girl, she was I don't know 12 or 13 years old. She was just passing by like kindergarten, and she saw like strange men who was taking photos of lots of girls, like little girls. They were only 5-4 years old, and she told about it to her mother. Her mother like quickly came to this place and called the police. And when the police get to his house, they found so many things, and he turned out to be this Otaku murderer. And also there is a photo of his hands. Like also he was sick from from his childhood. Yeah, he was cannibal. Let me like show the photo of his hands. He was okay. When I saw
those who those are cannibals. They are getting or you said that he is sick from his childhood.
Yeah, he had some disease. I don't know. This is a photo of his hands.
Oh my.
Disgusting.
I will show it.
Yes.
There. It's really like creepy. It looks like what? This is how he looked when he get cut. This is his victims.
I would never say that he
looked
like a normal man.
Yeah,
yes.
like normal man. He had a job.
It's interesting. All of them, all of the
Murderers.
Yes, there's the murderers and cannibals.
Yeah.
They all look like normal men, like just an usual day. Like they do it.
Yeah. In the most of the like situations, they have family. They like live like a normal person. They have a job. They have friends, but
Yes, nobody knows what's happening in your
Yeah.
head.
No.
It's-
О, во! Вкус во!
И польза во!
А су во! Войди во вкус!
We took a little break after the two violent stories. The break that we needed. So, what can we say? What can we say for now?
I'm so tired.
Yes,
I
that-
have nothing to say. I'm just scared. Also, it's raining like heavily. I don't think that we can get home.
At the times, it's really, after listening to the stories, you really kind of want to vomit, you feel like.
Yep.
So, the reason is not to vomit our helpway.
Yes, our video is sponsored by the Asu water. Thanks to Asu, we are filming this video. Yes.
Feeling
Yeah.
fresh and new for the...
Yeah.
Yes, hydrated. Stay hydrated. So, my story. So, it happened in January 15th, in 1947. A young lady was walking in a Lehman Park and in an empty lot, like the parking lot, she saw a body.
What do you
Actually, at first she thought that it was a mannequin, but then when she
get close?
get closer, she saw that it's a body that was mutilated, severed in half, and also, posed with chilling precision. And yes, so that's the actual beginning of the Black Dahlia story. It never was solved, and until now it remains unsolved. So, very mysterious case. So the victim was 22 years old. Her name was Ulykbek. She was from Medford, Massachusetts. But like so many young women at the time, she would come to California chasing dreams of movie roles, of glamour, of something bigger than a small town life. But in Hollywood, dreams are fragile. And for Ulykbek, they would turn into a nightmare. Her body had been cut cleanly in two at the waist. It looked like it was a surgical bisection. She had been completely drained of blood. Her face was mutilated. That means that the killer had slashed her mouth from ear to ear in what's now called the Glasgow smile. So
Eerie.
yes, there were bruises, cuts, and signs that she had been tortured for hours. Yet there were no signs of struggle, no blood at the scene. That meant that she had been killed somewhere else, and then actually transported and arranged like some grotesque art piece. Yes. So the newspapers gave her nickname the Black Dahlia, inspired by her dark clothing, her striking black hair, and maybe a reference for the film that came out before that happened, the Blue Dahlia. The American police, the LAPD, launched one of the largest investigations in its history at that time, actually. Of course, hundreds of detectives were assigned to the case. Over 150 suspects were interviewed. More than 60 people confessed, but none of their stories checked out. Elizabeth's background was dissected in the press. She had no stable address because, as I said before, she moved from another city. Yes, so she hadn't a stable address. She often clashed with friends or, short-term boyfriends. She was described as a drifter, a beauty with a mysterious past, and the media, of course, painted her alternatively as an innocent dreamer or, like a party girl, playing into the misogyny of the time. Yes. But actually the one thing was clear: she was alone, vulnerable, and yes, she was alone. So one of the prominent suspects was Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy and well-connected physician. And he had a son, a former LAPD homicide detective. That's the interesting part, actually. He said that his own father, the Dr. George Hodel, may have been a serial predator. And after George Hodel died in 1999, his son was started investigating and became convinced that his father had killed Elizabeth Short. He even claims he found photographs of Elizabeth among his father's belongings. So I don't remember it was in home or in his house or just the belongings. Maybe in some of his pockets. Yes. So though that has never been definitely proven, yes. But other suspects included, like club owners, ex-boyfriends also, even Belle Hope, who stalked her. But no one has... Yes.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I hope that's clear, yes. And there are many theories about why the killer was never caught. Some believe that LAPD mishandled the case. Others think that someone powerful, maybe connected to the police or Hollywood, was involved and protected. Yes. So this actual story is, a symbol of how fame, desperation, and violence collided at that time in a post-war America, because Elizabeth Short became more than a murder victim. She became a myth, and maybe that's the saddest part. We remember the nickname, the image, the horror, but the person behind it all was just a young woman who wanted a better life. So guys, what do you think? Who do you think was the murderer? Do you think that it's the physician?
Yeah, I think the killer was physician because there were lots of proofs that he did this, and also this murder is crazy how he made the dead body pose is something weird, and also the fact that he's physician. I don't know. I think that most of physicians are weird
Crazy.
and psychopathic.
Crazy.
What do you think?
Yes, I agree with your opinion actually.
Okay.
So guys, this is the end of our podcast. I hope you liked the video, and if you want to cover other cases, we will cover them if you mention in the video. So goodbye.
Yeah, if you
Good
want
luck, everyone.
more videos like
Bye.
this, write comments about it. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.